So hello and welcome to my tier list for cards in RWBY Amity Arena. That's what I want to start with. For just to make a baseline how well your card is, there are two types of cards. And either card is in one of these sections, kind of in both, or if the card is really bad, she's in none of these sections. So the first section is a card you can use always in every deck, which is just like a cheap card like Nolan. Nolan you can use in any deck without any problem. And then there are cards that are winning conditions, like Crow is a prime example right now, who is a little bit more expensive. You can't play him in any deck, but he can win you the entire game just by how strong this card is. And some cards are in both sections, and there are cards that are neither of these sections, like Ilya. No surprise, she will be in D tier because she can't do neither. She can't be a winning condition or a card that can be played in any deck. So we got S, A, B, C, D tier right now, and I'm gonna start with S tier because it's easy for me. I know what I want to play there. One card is Shadow Blake. Shadow Blake is a card that you can play in any deck. 3 aura is not that much. You can play her for value, so she goes definitely in the first section of my the two sections I created, and she can also sometimes be a winning condition if you can stack up Shadow Blakes. She's just amazing and can win the entire game for you. So she's S tier because anyone can play her. Everyone in the higher arenas has her in most of her decks. So the second card I want to place up there is best winning condition in my opinion. That's why Crow gets an S tier as well. Just because he's the best winning condition, nothing else. And these are the two S tier. I also changed S tier to purple because that's the only cards I will place in S tier for now. Maybe I think about it later. Then we go down the list like A tier. A tier I'm unsure in how I would place them. I tried to place them in order as well, so it makes sense. So Adam and Ice Flower are pretty good right now. So I would definitely place them in A tier. Adam is not as good as Crow as a winning condition. And Ice Flower is kind of a card you can play in any deck because she got excellent defensive abilities. But she's a little bit too expensive compared to Shadow Blake. That's why she's in A tier. Not sure in which order these two are. For now I play them like that, because it will make everyone happy that hates Adam, right? Now who else is in A tier? Definitely Cinder. Cinder is a card you can play in almost any deck. Got AoE, got global, just crazy good. What else do I place in A tier? Just gonna go through it. Where are they? Somewhere here should be White Fang Gunners. They're there. White Fang Gunners in almost every deck as well. Cheap, do a fine amount of damage. After Gunners, I would probably place Emerald. Emerald is a card that can do almost anything. You can play her with May, with Cinder. You know the Swarm deck that Nirvana and CRVT are playing. It's a really good card, can just makes a lot of decks possible. After that, I would probably place White Fang Squad, followed up by White Fang Socks. There they are. Also cards you can play in almost every deck, really strong. But one card I just forgot about is Nolan. Where's our Nolan? I know I created an image for him. Where is he? There he is, Nolan. I would place Nolan above all of these, except Cinder. Maybe even above Cinder, but I'm not sure. Nolan is also a card you can play in any deck. Same goes for 4 BDS, they have less power, but 1 aura makes them very efficient, lets you rotate through your deck, getting to the cards that you really want. After that, I would place... yeah, probably place Dropship. Again, it's a good winning condition. Not too expensive, in theory you could play a Dropship in many decks. After that, let's go through, who else do we have? Yeah, I guess I would place Penny after that, because she checks a lot of decks, like Shopkeep and Airship. Also one of the few cards that's AoE and global, pretty much. Yeah. These are really the cards you know are the best in the game right here. Penny is a little bit worse than the other cards, I think, but it's still fine. Good enough. After that, I would almost go into B tier, which I would then go like definitely AK and airship, because it's still a strong strategy. Ursa's in there, Beowulf. These two are just winning conditions that are really good, hard to counter. But because they can be countered by something like Dan, I would place Dan also on B tier. Yeah. Not sure about Watchtower. Maybe after Dan, because he's more expensive, but in theory better. Better than Dan. 1 second. Okay. Oh, I forgot Neon. Neon is definitely A tier. My bad. I would place Neon at least here, if not higher. Yeah. Hi, Humkuba. I don't know. I wish Ilya was better, but sadly she is not. So one card I already knew would be D tier. Oh. Now, what else do we have? I want to see which other cards I would place pretty high. Nier. Nier's a card a lot of people like. Probably the best B tier card in my opinion. Because she's if you play perfectly against her, she's not that big of a deal, especially if you remove Emerald. But because if you make one mistake, she can almost destroy your entire tower. She's a strong card. So I would place her in B tier for now. Flint also B tier, not as good as Cinder, and not as specific as Penny. And on even level doesn't kill White Fang sucks, so that's a big minus for Flint. Good Shopkeep. Shopkeep I'm not sure about because I didn't play him a lot and people didn't level him other than CRVT. So maybe B tier, maybe C tier, I'm not sure about that. Who else do we place? We got Neptune. Mercury I would place in C tier. They're still viable, definitely can be used in some decks. Because they're not that expensive and still do a fine job with stuff they do. Like the stun, AoE damage when he lands and shoots at stuns. Mercury with his ability that stuns and deals damage. Just a little bit, the damage is just not good enough, else it would be higher. Yeah, Zwei I'm thinking about. Zwei would be... Yeah, I would place Zwei in B tier. Not sure where he falls in B tier to be honest. Just gonna put him here for now. Yeah. I mean, we got the Lances. Lances are definitely better than Ilya. But I would not advise anyone to play them. I think Lances are even better than Griffin. Maybe not the 5 one because he's too expensive. So we place Griffin between them. We got Sun. Sun is just a win condition. I'm well known for playing Sun. Would not place him in S tier. Would not place him in A tier. Somewhere in B tier. Maybe like here. Yeah. Then we got Velvet. Velvet is an interesting card. I think she's got some great value. Most people just don't know how to use her. Maybe sleeper card could become better in the future. Maybe at the lowest end of B tier. And then we got the Bird. The Bird is definitely the best flying unit. At the end of C tier maybe. We got Beowulf. Beowulf is low B or high C tier in my opinion. Because there's the same thing the pack does. But the pack does it better for one more aura. He's amazing in low in lower arenas. But if enemy plays Dan or White Fang Watchtower, he's pretty much useless. So I wouldn't place him too high. We got Oobleck. Oobleck is slightly better than Ilya. Pom, I don't know. I mean, Oobleck is fine, right? He got an ability, but his active just takes too long to activate, and his AoE is just too small with his normal attacks. Pom is better than these cards, and DT, I would say she definitely got some poke value. You can play her, and she got the buff when she dies, which is definitely nice. Yeah, now it gets difficult because all other cards are kind of meh, you know. Tyrion is new, so I don't have no idea how good he is, but maybe C or B tier, probably. He can do some stuff. Let's place him here for now. Could I place more cards here? Yeah, that's bigger. Good, 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 good. Pyrrha. Pyrrha's active got nerfed by a lot, so she lost a lot of value. She's not as strong as she once was. You nearly never see her. Probably up there in C tier. Biker Yang. Solid B for Tyrion. Yeah, probably somewhere in B. Again, it's one of these cards I don't know enough about. Got Biker Yang. Biker Yang I would place in D tier, just because she's a worse version of Bumblebee. And Bumblebee is definitely better. Does the same thing and more for one more aura, and it's totally worth it. That's why I would place Bumblebee probably on the higher end of C tier. Definitely worse than Sun is a win condition, believe me, I tried. So maybe higher up C tier. Yeah. Then we got Roman. Roman is supposedly a counter, but sadly it doesn't work as well as she should. Somewhere in B tier, because he's one of the few cards that can at least minimize the damage Crow can do. He's very specific, but still can do well. May place Shopkeep further down. Yeah, Ribbon Blake. Ribbon Blake is better than all of these cards, but not great. So maybe the best D tier, which I've placed for now. Yeah, maybe he's better than that. Blake a little bit higher. Sniper RWBY. Sniper RWBY is Ice Flower in very, very bad. Definitely D tier candidate. Would never play her if I have all cards. Why would I? Got better options. Cinder for if I need the AoE. Ice Flower for the freeze. Why would I play her? Just no reason. He has a bad AKs. Bad AKs quit. Also, maybe they're better than these two, but still they're very bad. No reason to ever play them because a White Fang Gunners are just so much better. Yeah, who else? Let's place Boartusk. Boartusk, just too easily counted. He does amazing damage, runs fast, but you can count him with 1 aura or maybe 3 aura. Yeah, maybe probably 3 auras in around an aura you need to count him. It's just too easy. Everyone plays cards against him. Neon is good, Nolan is good. The 4 PDS are really good against him. Boartusk not that great. Coco. Coco is pretty useless in most times because it's impossible to protect her. And if she focuses Neon, she's useless. Maybe better than Biker Yang, just because Biker Yang is worse BB. Got Rocket Yang. Rocket Yang definitely got a place in this game. She can do some stuff. She can counter Sun. She can counter AKs. The good AKs. Not the bad ones. The bad ones, anyone can counter them. We'll place her in C tier. Very specific. A little bit too expensive, but usable. We got the 3 Aura Baby Deathstalkers. They can be annoying, but after all these nerfs, they're just too easy to kill. A little bit more generic. You can place them in more decks than Rocket Yang, so I would place them both them. Got Bondless John. I wish this card was good, but sadly it's not. Let me think. He got more uses, and most of these cards. Maybe like here. I wish he was good. He's really not. And we got the ape. Beringal. I saw him used in quite some decks as a useful win condition. Maybe place him here. Yeah, because he's very specific. You need to build the entire deck around him. So I would place him C tier because you can only play him as the win condition. Fox, I feel like his active just needs a little bit too long. It deals no damage. The fear is nice, not fear, confusion. Just not good enough, but he can be used in specific situations. Probably, yeah, round Rocket Yang, maybe a little bit better. Gigas, also a not so useful card, sadly. Unless you can get him close to a turret. Maybe here. He's tanky and his dash skill is interesting, but just not good enough. We got Glinda. Glinda was an amazing card before Dan and White Fang Watchtower was introduced because it was the only structure card. But now you need to place her, wait for deploy time, use active. It takes quite a lot of time. Still useful, but just not as special. The only really good thing about her is that you can place turret on the enemy side. That's what makes it really special. Junior is also a card you can nearly only play as win condition. You can play in as some can play these instead of AKs, which is okay, but not as good. Junior does more damage, but you got less HP to tank. But I still would place him in C tier. You can play in more decks. May would be an amazing card if Cinder didn't exist. Cinder just destroys her. Maybe like D tier. Yeah, maybe high D tier because he still can make her work as long as the enemy doesn't have Cinder. Nora, I know, is a hot topic because Flash these things. Nora is amazing. I think Nora is useless. All Nora does is use her AoE ability, has not enough damage to kill anything, and gives you more time. If you Nora my son, for example, there is hope that I can use my son ability twice. And if we talk about other cards like Adam, Iceflower, Crow, anything, Roman, anything that has an active, has nothing against getting Nora back. In the end, it helps you, so I would place Nora definitely in D tier. Someone else can play her and convince me otherwise, but I never saw Nora as a problem. Yeah, maybe here. But see, I'm more useful, more easy to use than Gigas, I should say. Not that she's necessarily better. The Paladin is a fine. Paladin is a card a little bit more buff, and he would be great. But just the fact that Dan and White Fang Watchtower exists was a huge nerf to Paladin, because he needs to focus down these structures first before he can kill your turret. But he's still definitely, yeah, he's kind of like May. Maybe a little bit more useful. Maybe he's barely C tier. Got the Queen. Queen is a card. It is fun to play. Can be pretty scary. Can only play it as a win condition because she's 8 aura. But she's not as bad as many people think. Maybe higher D tier. Just because it's a win condition that can be played and can win, which I did before. We got Roy. Roy's job in theory is to kill off swarm units like White Fang. And sadly, you should save this and post it in the Discord. Yeah, I will do that. Roy's job is killing swarm units, and he's not efficient enough in it. He kinda has the same problem as RWBY, like that his AoE is just not big enough. But he's cheaper. He can tank more. So I would place him above RWBY. which hurts my soul. Big problem with RWBY is that no one has him on decent levels in higher arenas, so you can't even test if he should be higher up. Spider Droid is again a card that you can only play with a win condition. That's why RWBY is above Oobleck, because he's cheap enough that you could in theory play him in any deck. But Spider Droid saw some play in tournaments, and you can see that you can make him work. So I wouldn't place him in D tier. D tier, we have the only card that saw tournament play and was useful was Queen, which I think is just a surprise card. So Spider Droid, I would place him above Paladin. There's some fun decks you can do with him. King Taijutsu, the snake, good counter against Ursa, and the recent damage buffs really helped him a lot. I would place him somewhere in C tier. He has surprisingly high amount of health, but you can only use him in decks that are. He's only a counter. You can never play him just like I'm playing my snake right now just to pressure you. No, it's only a counter card, so I would definitely not rate him as highly. C tier, maybe around here. Size RWBY, funnily enough, I saw more and more play recently. Can be quite annoying. The problem is a long startup time with their attacks. But definitely buff D tier. I would rather play, especially in the Swarm meta right now, buff Junior, I think. Again, C tier are mostly specific cards. Maybe the top, maybe I would change Pyrrha behind him, because Pyrrha is definitely more specific than Mercury and Neptune, and Mercury above Neptune. Vomit Boy John, not really useful, but kinda tanky. Upper D tier. Would say upper D tier. Wise was a card that used to be amazing, but then she got nerfed and we introduced Ice Flower, which really made her fall down in any tier list. Yeah. But you still can use it for. Wise is better in attack than Ice Flower in a lot of situations, just because you can run forward with her, while Ice Flower stops as soon as she's in range of anything that she can shoot at. But she's kind of specific ever since Ice Flower got introduced. Yeah, maybe place her upper C tier as well. Yatsuhashi recently got a buff, really helped him, but still not a good card in higher arenas, just in lower arenas we have no other options. His drop skill now is fine, but everything after that is just not good enough for 5 aura. And people don't play BDS, play Deathstalker for 3 aura anymore, so yeah, maybe around here. Still thinking about Palm. Again, I have not seen her much. She could be higher. Oh no, he should be worse than Rocket Yang, because they do a similar job, but Rocket Yang is more useful after she used her ability. White Fang Lieutenant. For the back, if you're still watching, I gotta tell you, White Fang Lieutenant is a fun card and does massive amount of damage, but he just nearly never gets to attack the right target. So sadly I can't. Yeah, S tier and memes, definitely S tier and memes. But in the normal game, you need to make a specific deck for him or he's pretty much useless. Mini is like Coco, but melee and tanky. I would rate him above Ilya, above Lances for 5 or above AK. Would rate him over Oobleck. Maybe around here. if we are talking about how useful the card is. It is kind of my tier list, I think. I mean, maybe I could switch around a few cards in order, but overall it seems fine. Again, S tier, Ribbon Blake, usable in nearly every deck, can be a win condition if you can stack a Crow, best win condition in the game. That's why they are S tier, that's what makes them special. Shadow Blake also can shut down a lot of pushes, and Crow is good against. As a win condition, is good against swarm decks. Yeah. For now, I think I would leave it like that. Gonna save and download this. Now I wanna save this. Download the image. Okay. This is kind of my tier list. I'm gonna upload it to Reddit and Discord. And I think I'm gonna play a few games now. If anyone has a fun idea for a deck, you can post it in the chat, or comments, or Reddit if you want to do it after the fact. I'm gonna look at it and maybe use it for later. Just give me a second while I take this tier list and upload it. Okay. Okay, one second, gonna stop the recording for my tier list right now. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch my gameplay, I'm gonna upload it in a separate video.